Hey, what's going on everybody? It's Mike from Full Throttle Customs, and today we are installing the thermostat delete kit on my 2023 CRF450X. This kit is from SD Powerhouse. So let's take a look at the kit right now. So I ended up choosing the kit from SD Powerhouse because it just comes with this little hose block off for the water pump, and you don't have to send any part from this bike out, or there's no modification except for plugging it with this hose. And also it was cheaper than the other kits available. So here we have everything that comes with the kit. It all comes in this little box in a bag. Got your instructions with all the parts, and also there are other videos of how to install this kit on YouTube already, so we're not going to focus on the installation in this video. What we're going to be focusing on is what weight differences we get from this kit and what we take off of the bike, and more importantly, I want to do some testing and see if it really takes longer to heat up, get the engine up to temperature with this thermostat deleted, or what the difference really would look like as far as the bike taking time to get to operating temperature. So later we're gonna do some testing with that. I'm gonna be using a heat gun, checking a few temperatures on the bike, just letting it idle and see how long it takes to get up to temperature with how it is right now, and also with the new thermostat delete kit. And I actually have this factory effects temperature sticker on the cylinder head here. This bike usually runs pretty cool. It's rare to get it up to this temperature. About 212, 220 is about the max I've ever seen it, and that's just when the bike was just almost standing still and heating up when I was doing some single track riding.
Holy shit. I don't know if you can hear that, but my bike is just melting right now.
So we have some information with that already, and using the kit later, I'm gonna test and see what the final temperature gets to and just how it responds with this kit. So I'm just the type of guy, I like to see data. I wanna see results, and we'll be sharing everything with all of y'all. I just want to say this company did not give me any discount, and they are not sponsoring this video. I chose to buy this with my own money, and actually I had a difficult time getting in touch with the company. They never responded to me, hoping we could have done a collaboration. But anyways, we will just be doing a quick install of the kit and showing the before and after. So first thing first, we got this whole kit on the scale. We got 0.486 pounds. Let's go ahead and convert that. So we're looking at 220 grams in total for this kit right here. Pretty incredible. And we're gonna see how much weight we take off of this bike later. All right, we have our temperature gun right here. This bike should be, she's cold enough right now. So let's get a temperature reading. So that's what we're looking at right now: cylinder temp, head temp, and radiator. So now I'm gonna start this bike, and at the 5-minute mark, we're gonna check the temperature. Also, she won't be quiet for too much longer, because check this out. This is what we've been sitting on, y'all. We got the big gun. Had to get something different than the rest of them, so we went big gun. That's gonna be in a future video real soon. Okay, here we go. 4, 3, 2, 1. 5 minutes. Let's see how she is at 5 minutes. That's what we're getting on the cylinder head, and let's check the radiator. So that's what we got after 5 minutes. And it's kind of crazy. You would think 5 minutes your bike would just be completely boiling, but it doesn't even get up to like half operating temperature. That's what it worked out for, 5 minutes with the original thermostat setup. the way that the bike would come. So we'll install this kit and check it again after, see what the difference is, if there is any. Okay, so we're gonna jump ahead. We now have the bike disassembled as far as you need to disassemble to do this installation. We took off the shrouds, the tank, the seat, the side covers, the airbox cover, this case saver and sprocket cover, and we have drained the coolant now. So this is how you at least need to get the bike disassembled so you can do the work. Okay, so I lied. You're gonna need to take this exhaust off. So you can remove this hose clamp right here, and we just have all the room we need to work in this area. We're actually about halfway done with the installation and it's going pretty well. I'll go ahead and get the thermostat changed out, finish this up and show you how it looks at the end, but we already have a ton of space opening up on the motorcycle. All right, this is what it looks like after completing the installation. We have that new thermostat block off. Got the plug down there. Airbox is plugged up. Got all the cables tucked up with zip ties, so it looks nice and clean. Got a whole bunch more space on the bike. It's the other side. We got that vent hose routed. I put the screws back into the threads there so they don't fill up with any crap. And this is how it looks after. We definitely got a bunch of junk off the bike. Probably gonna feel a lot better. Installation really was not that difficult, especially if you take that header pipe off. But let's go ahead and check out all the parts we took off the bike. So here we have it. This is everything that came off of the bike. So much crap. What I want to do now is get the weight of all of this combined, figure out how much weight we took off, and subtract the weight of the new kit, and we'll figure out how much weight we dropped completely from the bike. So I'm gonna go ahead and get all this stuff weighed now. So these are the first parts, 278 grams. We're just gonna do all this in grams to make it simpler. Another 678 grams. And the last parts we have 519 grams. So we'll add the three of those together, figure out what that total was. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and get this bike assembled, and then we're gonna do another temperature test. We're gonna see how fast this bike heats up, if it takes longer, or how long it takes, what we get to in the 5 minutes, just the same as we did before. All right, we have this beautiful 450X back together. Only thing I gotta do is put that skid plate on, but I can't wait any longer. Let's do this temperature test. I'm gonna fire it up and see what she does, see how she's running. So here we go. Obviously completely cold. Let's go ahead and check temperatures one more time. That's what we're starting at, which is basically the same temperature we were at before, just slightly higher. And we're ready to go. See how she sounds. No problem. All right, so we have our countdown going, and also at this point I'm just gonna be checking to make sure we don't see anything weird. No leaks, especially from the coolant system. That's what you're gonna wanna see. Everything looking good. Looking like it should. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Alright, let's check it out. Cylinder temp. Cylinder head temp. And then we'll get the radiator. So that's what we got after 5 minutes. She smells a little different now without that emission stuff. Sounds about the same. Whew, think I like it. Think I like it. Now we're gonna have to take this baby for a ride and see how she feels. But everything looks great. All right, ladies and gentlemen, here you have it. This is the final result, how it's gonna look after you install this kit and get all that junk off. Also, I will mention, this is the amount of coolant that it had left over. After installing this kit, there's gonna be some extra coolant left over. This is about how much we had left, and I just opened this up to check the level, and it did need a little bit more. I probably added another like 50 milliliters. Double check your coolant level after the first start and test of this kit. Might need to top it off like I did. And I just took this bike for a ride, and I gotta say, it's incredible. This kit definitely helps this bike tremendously.
All right, well, kit is installed. I already test rode it, but we're just gonna give you guys a feel of how she is with the GoPro. First thing is, man, this bike starts so easy. Watch this. This bike has never started easier. So that's the first thing. But let's go hit some trails real fast, and you can see how she responds now. All right, we've been riding for a little bit. She's almost up to operating temperature, not quite, but let's see how she starts when she's hot. Unbelievable. All right, so we're gonna hit some more trails real quick so y'all can see how she rides. Ooh. I would explain it as the bike just feels freer, a little bit less restricted. And boy, she's pulling strong. Definitely the best I've ever felt the bike. And we're gonna say this is like the first performance mod that we do to the bike. Man, so far I gotta say it's a 10 out of 10 in performance as well. One more thing, way less engine braking. Holy crap, look at this. She barely engine brakes. And it's true, I think those backfires are less. Whew. Engine sounds like she's happy. Alright, we're back at the shop, end of the ride, and just so we all can see, perfect operating temperature, so nothing changed. This bike's running healthy as ever. I did notice that it still has the little exhaust pops when you're riding, but no big deal to me. The bike starts even easier. It's never started so easy, which surprised me, and really didn't notice any difference in the bike running hotter or colder. It seems to be perfect. Just that the power is a little bit snappier, the engine vibrates a little bit more, has a little bit more power when you get on it, likes to wheelie a little bit better now. Honestly, it's just a win all around. I was telling the guys that I probably would say this is like a 10 out of a 10 kit. This bike is gonna need to be tuned. We're gonna get the Vortex ignition on here soon, and we will be putting that big gun exhaust system like I was showing. But until then, I'm gonna try to ride this bike at least once or twice more and see if I can give you guys some more feedback on it overall. But seems to be a win everywhere, like I said. Everything is just a little bit better. It looks way better, all cleaned up like that. So that's pretty much going to be it for this video. I just wanted to make sure there was a good review at the end, because a lot of people talk about it. Oh, it's better. Why is it better? Or what happened? So that's my initial impression, and I will keep testing this thing until I get that tune on it and let you know. I think this mod can be done without
tuning, and don't think it should really affect the engine negatively, so good stuff.
Wow, I'm a happy dude right now, even considering I just lost my wallet this morning. Y'all know how that feels, the worst. But as far as this SD Powerhouse Thermostat Delete Kit, shoo, it's about everything I could have asked for. And I got the Vortex ignition coming in with the map switch. We'll be putting that on next. So as always, thanks for checking out the channel, checking out this video. Leave me a like, subscribe if you want to, and see y'all in the next one. Much love, your boy Mike. Peace.